Hey there, little bunny. I hope you've been having a wonderful, wonderful week. And even if not, that's okay too, little bunny. Welcome to our precious, precious time together, where it's just you, it's just me, and we can collectively go, Do you feel your body completely relaxing, or at least slightly relaxing? This is a place where we can let it all go, little bunny. The garden is a nice little secluded place where only you, me, and your fellow bunnies even know how to find it. And it happens to be quite nice, because all the troublemakers of the world, of all the varieties troublemakers come in, they're too busy making trouble to find our little spot where we get to cozy up and just say, And you can hear me say, truthfully, I love you. I truly, truly love you, little bunny. Yes, you. Specifically you, yes. Nod your bunny head, yes. Point to yourself, little bunny. You say, me, daddy? Are you talking about me? And the answer is yes. Yes, you, little bunny. That's how this works for me. I don't do radio. I'm not interested in broadcasting anything. I want to have a precious, precious evening of two. You and me. Breathe with me. Well, come cozy up, little bunny. I've got some stuff to ramble about, I guess. I have one little trick to make your life better, I guess, but those can be boring, can't they? Sometimes you just want me to stroke your head and give you a little forehead smooch. You want to play the forehead smooch game? If you take your middle and ring finger, okay, put them together, and just with those fingertips, if you just tap your forehead like a tap, you do that when I give you a little kiss. It'll be my way of kissing you through garden magic. You ready? You're going to tap your forehead with the little pad of your middle and ring finger. 3, 2, 1. There you go. You giggled a little, didn't you? Slow down, daddy. You giggled a little, didn't you, little bunny? I guess that means you get one more. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Fun. Well, your tip for how to make your life better. You gotta get out of the house, little bunny. That's my message for you this week. You gotta get out of the house. Or the apartment, whatever. We're gonna call it a house, because we have lots of houses in America. You gotta get out of the house, which means when you're not at work, or you're not at school, or you're not in whatever your obligations are, do you tend to just stay by yourself in your room or on your couch and just kind of flitter the hours away, and before you know it, it's time for bed? If you do this, little bunny, no. No, little bunny. We gotta get you out of the house. We gotta get you out there experiencing life. We gotta find you activities that require you to exit the front door, even though there are so many wonderful garden things you can do within your apartment, within your house. Man, get out there, little bunny. Go be among random people. Even if you don't even have to talk to them, just be among people. Go on a walk, and if you live in a place where it sucks to walk, get yourself somewhere where it is nice to walk, little bunny. Go find some social gathering you can do. even go to a coffee shop and bring a book and just be around other human beings. It's really important for our happiness. It's crazy. Our brains are not designed / evolved for this social setup that we have found ourselves in. So you got to be real careful. Got to be real careful that you can fall into kinds of little traps. And one such trap is where you spend too much time inside your house. Now you may say, Daddy, I agree with the idea of getting out of the house. You say, Daddy, yes, I would like to, but I just don't feel like it. Do you ever have that where it's like, oh, I know it would be good for me to go out, but I just don't feel like it. I have, when you find yourself in this situation, as I found myself in this situation tonight, I went out to an event just before coming back to record. It's possible that what you really, really don't want to do is you just don't want to get ready, or you just don't want to have to. Like for me, I had to eat, So I made a deal, and you will make a deal as well, little bunny. So here's the situation. You have a social outing that you could go to. It's a drawing meetup where you can meet up and just draw with random people, okay? And let's say that you were a good little bunny and you looked on the meetup app or something, or you found some kind of local Discord group or local Reddit, or you found something because you're a resourceful bunny. And there's some kind of social event that you can just show up to if you're a brave bunny who gets out there and just goes and leaves the house. You say, Daddy, yes, I have that picked out. And in this instance, it's tonight, okay? You say, Daddy, I know it's tonight. I know I just have to get out of the apartment. Here's what you're going to do, little bunny. You are going to get ready. You're going to do your shower or get dressed or eat your food or whatever. And you're going to get ready to go. And you are going to exit the front door. And you're going to take like 10 steps out of your front door. And if at that point, if you really don't want to go, you don't have to. But you may find, as I did tonight, and I'm glad of it, that at least once you're out the door, maybe that's the hardest part. It's not really that you're scared of the event. It's that just making that first step is so daunting. Isn't that right, little bunny? So you don't have to commit to doing the full thing. Just get that first step, and that's all you're obligated to. Then you can decide. Useful? I hope so. Now I just say I love you, little bunny, for the rest of the episode. I love you, little bunny. I love you, I love you, I love you. I want for you, little bunny, a life of happiness. I want for you a life that is active. I want for you a life that is safe. I want for you a life surrounded with people who are good for your happiness, good for your safety, and maybe have something to do with activity, but maybe that's not important. I want you to be surrounded by people who are good for your happiness and good for your safety. I think that's it. What else do I want for you? I want you to experience the joy of so many tasty beverages, which I have tonight. I have the most tasteless yet classy beverage of all. What is the most tasteless and classy beverage there can be, little bunny? It's a riddle. It's a garden riddle. The answer, let me sip. It is some ice cold water. Completely tasteless. Yet something so classy about it. You know how lucky you and I are, little bunny, to get to experience ice. Have you ever thought about that? That in history, there are cultures where people went their entire lives not knowing ice even existed. Except maybe legends from travelers. Or maybe there's like a cave somewhere where there's a one spot where in the winter it actually gets below freezing. But man, a nice cold glass of water or cup of water back in the day before we had glass. Man, that's cold water is a luxury, little bunny. Shouldn't be taken for granted. And water that we can just drink, we don't even have to boil it. That's nice. That's so nice. Let me sip this water again and just really marvel. It's so replenishing. So grateful for this water. You want to try and one-up me, little bunny? I challenge you to one-up me. What's something you can take? Something you can appreciate right now. That you can one-up your daddy just savoring a sip of water. What's something even harder to savor or like easier to take for granted that you can appreciate? You appreciate one thing right now, little bunny. Pick something to appreciate. Something that you take for granted. I'm going to appreciate the cushion on my chair. How luxurious, little bunny, to have a little cushion on my chair. Although I still have to adjust myself because it's still gets hard. What's something else I can be grateful for? Oh, I have some air conditioning, little bunny. It's great. Oh, it's great. Temperature is such a luxury. Cold water, cold air, or hot water. Hot water is easier to come by in the world. Cold water is a luxury. What else am I grateful for? Grateful for you, of course, little bunny. I hope you know how grateful I am of you. And it's unrelated to whether or not you happen to be a key holder bunny. If you have your keys to the garden, to the locked section of the garden, that's Patreon. The thing I love more than anything. Well, I love you for being you, but the secret to my heart, little bunny, is just to listen with loving ears, as you do. Are you sick of me saying that? Maybe, maybe not. It's true. It's all you really ever have to do for me. Of course, it's nice to have patrons. Every time there's a new bunny, if you are a key holder bunny or were at some point in the past, I get a notification on my phone every time there's a new key holder bunny. So every single key holder bunny, past or present, has given me a smile on my phone. Now, that sounds like I'm asking you. I never want to ask you to join the Patreon or anything. It's not that at all. It's there if you get something out of it, and it's there even if you don't. It's just if you want it, it's there. There's special Patreon only audio pretty much every week. Sometimes I'll take a week off. And this one I did some reading to you. Got a book and just read to you. And I had a lot of fun with it, actually. I think there might be something there, Might do more reading. I wonder where you are right now, little bunny. Are you falling asleep in bed? Are you driving to or from work? Are you at a coffee shop? Are you working on your creative projects of some kind? Are you at work? Are you furiously taking notes about everything that I say? Good little bunny. That's what you should be doing. No, I'm just kidding. Anything that I say here is, just me speaking out loud. Nothing would make me happier than you saying, Daddy, I am going to come up with my own things and I'm going to figure out what I want to do with my life. I don't know what I'm even saying. Yeah. I want you to be the boss of your own life. Isn't that nice? And if you want someone to boss you around, little bunny, I want that to be someone that you choose. Sound good? Sound like a deal? I do not fucking want anyone to decide that they are your boss. Oh my fucking God. I will punch that individual or group of individuals in the face if anyone comes and is like, oh yes, you. I have decided that I am your boss and you will now live your life in these ways that suit me. I am like getting angry. Do you have people like this in your life, little bunny? Oh, these are the wrong people. If you want someone to give you structure and tell you what to do, you enjoy that. You pick that person, little bunny. That is your choice. I do become a protective daddy sometimes, don't I? I guess that's part of the role. Part of the role, isn't it, little bunny? What role do I have in your life? Someone who brings you, well, spicy pleasure as well. But we don't do that on the podcast. That's also on the Patreon. Did you know that at the heart, this is a spicy content thing? Yeah. Yet it's more than that too, right? It's so funny. It's speaking of our brains being designed/evolved and the weird ways that it is somehow like a man who can fuck you good is like somehow also well suited to give you emotional support and like life guidance, which is there for you to take if you like, and even better to inspire you to find your own compass in life. Those kind of go hand in hand weirdly, don't they? Isn't that funny? So I guess that's part of the magic of the garden, isn't it? I haven't said this in a long time. There are many ways to love and lust, and we do all of them here in the garden. By the way, I define lust as being like a kind of carnal sexual desire, because apparently there's multiple definitions, and yeah, that's the one that I refer to. You can imagine like the demon, the succubus, who's like wielding the power of lust. Do you know what a male succubus is? It is an incubus. Maybe I'm an incubus, little bunny. Am I a good guy or a bad guy? Mm-hmm. Like the bad guy who's good for you, you know? You're like, Daddy, you're not bad at all. And so to that I say, you shut your mouth, little bunny. Okay, I will not continue that on the podcast, but you will shut your mouth when you're talking to me, little bunny. Do you understand me? Okay, good. The bad guy is good for you. I like that. I guess that's why the daddy label works so well for me. Man, I didn't discover that label for myself until just a couple of years ago. Kind of around the start of the garden, actually. I think actually the garden brought it out in me. I'm not sure I used it before then. I think you have to, or one who holds the daddy title honorably and competently. I think you have to have a certain level of mastery of the world. What the fuck am I even talking about, little bunny? I feel like you need someone stable, right? My God, I'm stupidly stable. I'm ridiculously stable. It's like slightly a problem how stable I am. Which is crazy because I used to not be. Oh man. Pre-daddy Lindy. So more unstable. Equally as crazy. Now I'm just stable crazy. Rare variety, right? Sometimes I get asked, where does the term little bunny come from? And that is a great question. By the way, I don't think I took it from anywhere. So I may be the originator of it. In case it becomes popular, which maybe people are stealing it. I don't know. I don't pay attention to what other people are doing. But yeah, I think you are the original little bunny. Do you know that? And maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? My memory is pretty pathetic. But I don't remember taking little bunny from anywhere. It just feels right, you know. Bunnies are so innocent yet mischievous. You know what I mean? It's like a bunny has not wronged another living thing at all, ever. And maybe you've wronged someone before, little bunny, but at least now that you're my little bunny, I think you're quite good for the world and good for those around you. And maybe you've always been good for the world and good for those around you. But certainly now as my little bunny, you are just so innocent. Yet also, bunnies are so damn mischievous, aren't they? Oh, it's so much fun. Wholesome, sexy. We're doing throwbacks to all different old garden lingo. That's the vibe. Took me a little while to figure that out for the garden. Wholesome, sexy is the way to go. It's crazy that at least the world that I've been in doesn't really have that concept. It's wild. It's like sex can only be this dirty, horrible, shameful, bad thing. And so you have to either feel guilty for it or you have to indulge it as though you're doing something like horribly, horribly wrong. But no, not the case. Yeah. For this storytelling platform that I'm developing, we are going to allow all sexual content. Knock yourself out. Complete author freedom to do whatever you want. And that it comes at a cost. Like it's a bad business decision because Apple doesn't want to let you use their credit card system, and you have to make people punch in their credit cards manually, which of course is going to lose you half people because they just want to be able to click a button twice. But it's worth it. Sorry, I had to pause for 1 second. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. Yeah, so we're going to allow all kinds of spicy storytelling content on there, which you'd be surprised how hard it is to be a creative, spicy creator these days. It's wild. That's my phrase these days. It's wild. Maybe it fits with the garden. Is the garden wild? Wild garden. Maybe. I don't know. So if you want to help the platform when it launches, you want to fill the world with all kinds of spicy, delicious stories, then you need to sign up for the no spam email list, which is in the... Sorry, something turned on and it distracted me. It's in the episode description. You can go to the link tree, and there'll be a button that says no spam email list. And all that does is it puts your email in the form, and the time will come when I will say, little bunny, I've put a lot of money and time and risk into making this thing, and I'm going to need you to pull through for me. And you're going to have to be the most appreciative audience, because we're going to hit the ground running, and we're going to try and pump out some of these stories, little bunny. Okay? And being a little bit cryptic about what the stories look like and sound like, and what it really means. What do I mean? And you'll know in the future, little bunny, but I can't tell you yet. I'm going to need you to be an appreciative audience, and you're going to have to be enjoying awesome, spicy stories, or stories of any variety. And yeah, I need you there to cheer on the early creators. This thing is like a bonfire. If you're on the no spam email list, little bunny, I salute you. You are going to be on duty. Bunny Brigade is going to need to be called, and you're going to be a little bit of gasoline that I'll strike the match, and we're going to have a big bonfire, but it's going to be hard to get it started, just that very first bit. So you're going to be my little gasoline, and we're going to light the match, and you're going to be the early adopters of this platform. It's going to be great. And then once we can get momentum going, then we've made history, little bunny. I think we're going to really make history. History even bigger than the garden. Though the garden will only grow stronger and have a larger budget as a result of this. Oh man, I can't wait for the garden with a bigger budget. It's going to be so much fun. I'll just tell you now, because this may be a piece of history. There's a certain building, I guess it is a house, here in New York City that is near me. I walk by it as I walk to things. It's newly constructed. And there's something just a little odd and special about this house. And I want to buy it someday for the garden and for the business that's the expansion of the garden. And I cannot afford it, even slightly, little bunny. But we're going to buy it. We're going to paint a mural on it. And then we're going to have all sorts of fun events. It's going to be like an event space almost. And anything you want to do, you can run stuff too. You want to host an event, little bunny? You want to host a garden event in New York City? Then hey, you can use this badass house. It's going to be an icon, little bunny. We're going to make that house an icon. People are going to post it on their social media. It'll be like People going to visit the Statue of Liberty, and go to visit like the little bull statue or the little girl statue in front of Wall Street. And they'll go visit this house, little bunny. I'll tell you the name of it later. But if you put, this is all to say, if you put your email in the no spam email list, and if you report for duty when the time comes in about, I would say, I'm hoping 9 months from now is when the first email will go out. And you'll be reporting for duty, little bunny. Might be more like a year. You'll report for duty. And if you succeed, if you and your fellow bunnies in the bunny brigade succeed, the garden will get a much larger budget. And we can do fun stuff. Okay. What else, little bunny? I had to pause again for 1 second, but I am back. Have you noticed, little bunny, that I have gained more energy over the course of this episode? You're supposed to be helping me wind down, little bunny, so that I can sleep nicely. There's sleep aid audios on Patreon as well. Did you know that? If you like the Sleepy Bunny podcast episodes, the Patreon ones are actually more of a hypnosis, I should say. Hypnosis, not hypnosis. That are really designed to really, really, really put you to sleep. What other stuff do we have on the Patreon? I have a fiction series. It's very spicy. I think I'm a pretty good writer, but we're gonna have more than just my own stories. Yeah, I want to go back and re-listen to it. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to. It was when I recorded them when it was A Year of Love and Ligature is the audiobook. I don't know if it holds up, little bunny. I don't know if it holds up. We'll see. We'll see. I really want to remake those though, actually. We'll remake it. I used to say that I wanted to make it a webtoon. We're going to make it something even better than a webtoon. There's your hint, little bunny. There's your hint. Whenever something doesn't go your way, we make something better happen instead. What other kind of daddy wisdoms have I got? I'm spitting them out tonight, little bunny. Spitting them out. I got to compile them in a list. I'm too lazy to do it. But the time will come, I'm just going to drop all the episodes in like an AI transcript. And then I'll have it. I think I did this before, actually. I think I've already done this. Oh my God, I did. There was a podcast episode where I like lazily just like put all of the podcast episodes in some kind of transcript machine and try to get it to tell me all the wisdoms wisdoms or pseudo wisdoms that I've told you. We'll have to do it by hand. And I'll just have to keep telling them to you as they come to me. You're going to hang out while I look at my list. See if there's anything. Oh, there's a really good one. I'm just going to say it now, but I'll say it more profoundly later on. But I want to get it out there. Little bunny. Do you ever struggle with people who discourage you? It's true that there are people who want to see you fail. But there are also people who need you to succeed. Good one, right? Sometimes bunnies ask me if like every once in a while the TikTok algorithm is trying to figure out, same thing with Instagram, but that's easier to deal with. But like the TikTok algorithm is like trying to find who likes my videos, you know? And it does that based on like whether you watch it all the way through, whether you share it, that's a big one, whether you comment, whether you like it, those kinds of things. And every once in a while, if I make a video that's like, pushing some boundaries, it can do really well with people who leave negative comments, And so sometimes it's wild when this happens. It'll be like, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. TikTok is like, oh shit, this is going super viral with like a super negative crowd of people when they leave all kinds of negative comments. And buddies have asked me, it's like, Daddy, I could never survive if I got so many mean comments from strangers online. And to that, little bunny, the wisdom is, yes, there are many people who would like to see you fail. But there are many people who need you to succeed. So any kind of negativity that I might get from people, it's just like so much less important than you are. It's so much less important. It's like some sludge on my shoe. I'm out in the city. All kinds of stuff gets on my shoe. Negative comments get on my shoe. Then I come home, take off my shoes, and curl up with my little bunny, who's the reason for it all. And you, little bunny, make any discouragement completely powerless against me. So yeah, don't worry about me ever getting discouraged if there's mean comments or something. Literally, it's so insignificant compared to the fact that you're here listening. So it's like, you are not at all equal to these people. What other wisdoms, daddy wisdoms, can I hit at you? Hit at you? What does that even mean? Spit at you. These are so mean. Hit and spit. What other wisdoms can I kiss in your direction? Like blowing a kiss, blowing a wisdom to you. Okay. What do we got here? Let's pull up the ideas note. Do you have, little bunny, an ideas note yet? You need to have an ideas note. Any idea that makes you chuckle or smile. Any idea that just like strikes you in some way that feels valuable. Like you've had an idea that it feels like this idea is worth something somewhere. Write it down in a single place with all of your other ideas. Just one big ideas note on my phone. And I hope this note never gets destroyed because there's some golden stuff in here. Okay, like here's one. You ready for this, little bunny? Okay. This is especially... Okay, I have to zoom out for a second. Little bunny, this is just you and just me. But right now, we're going to zoom out. Okay. I'm going to, at this moment, talk to the broad garden. Okay. There are bunnies who speak English as a first language, and there are bunnies who do not speak English as a first language. And little bunnies who speak English as a first language, I'm going to give you a challenge. I'm going to ask you to define a word. In the same way, if you define the word bunny, it's the animal that is furry and cute. I'm going to ask you to define the word of. Can you define the word of? O-F. It's kind of weird just to hear it on its own, right? Of. Go ahead. Explain to your fellow bunny right next to you who barely speaks English, is learning English. Maybe it's Duolingo and Lindy's Garden podcast is their English. Okay? Explain the word of. Did you find it as hard as I did? I cannot define the word of. Yet it's like the fifth most common word or something. Crazy. Okay. So maybe you're like, Daddy, that's a really dumb idea. It made it to the ideas now. Okay. Oh my God. Here's a great one, little bunny. Oh, a freaking great idea. It's great to me. I think you might think it's really dumb. Okay. So these stories that your daddy is cryptically alluding to, that is the startup. You are going to get to, it's a mix between reading a story and playing a game. Okay. And in this reading a story, playing a game mixture, you might be able to change your clothing. You might be able to put on different outfits. In fact, you will be able to. And these stories can play out in different ways, little bunny. Something good can happen or something bad can happen. And it could literally go either way, okay? So, imagine. Do you know what plot armor is, little bunny? Have you ever heard the term plot armor? This is like if you are watching some action movie or something, and you're like halfway through the movie, okay? And your main character is like facing death. You know, it's like he's surrounded on all sides by bad guys with guns, okay? And it's like, oh no, our hero can never make it out of this. But you know the hero's going to make it out because he has plot armor. There's no way our leading character is going to disappear from the story halfway through. So, here's the idea that made it into my note, is that in these stories that you read and play, you can actually put on plot armor. And it prevents your character from dying, right? So let's say it's like a romance story, okay? You're in a fantasy world. You're in a band of adventurers, and so like one of your fellow adventurers you have a crush on. It's like you can equip plot armor on them, and it'll prevent them from dying. Right? It's funny, right? Good idea. Maybe you're like, Daddy, you are ridiculous. To that, I will agree. I am ridiculous. All right. What else have we got? Let's see here. I have a wisdom here. Kind of already said it. Whenever you face a setback, make it better than it would have been otherwise. I said that in different words before. I think it was better. Okay, here's a good one. If you play video games, if you don't zone out for this one. Okay. In video games, sometimes when you save the game, like when you save your progress, sometimes, especially in the older ones, it's like a little, called like a save point. Like in Undertale, if you've played Undertale, there's the little glowing star, right? And you go to the star and you touch the glowing star and you save the game. And it's always a relief. Such a relief because sometimes your character is like really low on health and you're going to lose all your progress. So you got to get a save point. Yeah, and you find the save point. Okay, here's the idea on the ideas note. You go up to a save point, but it's not a save point. It's a monster and it attacks you. Oh my God. Give a generation trust issues for life. A save point that attacks you. Oh God. True evil. True evil. Okay. If you don't play video games, you may zone back in. Okay. I can't even tell you this joke. Oh my God. It's so funny. Oh man. Oh, I would tell you this joke. I just don't think I could deliver it well. I think someone else has to deliver it. Oh my God. Every time I come up with something funny, it goes in here. Yeah. Oh my God. Here's one. I might have told you this one. I don't remember what I've told you, what I haven't. Here's an April Fool's Day joke. We can christen this as a garden sourced thing. On April Fool's Day, the joke would be to print out fake parking tickets. And the parking tickets will say April Fools on them. And on April 1st, you go around and put these fake parking tickets in cars. And when they go and pick it up, it says April Fool's Day. All right? Yeah? You may steal that, little bunny, okay? It started here. Okay. And that's going to catch on. You'll see that on the front page of the internet. Okay. Some of these are like long paragraphs, so I have to pause for a second to read them. It's interesting. I have a story concept here. I don't think it'll be good podcast material, but it might be a good story that you could play sometime. Some other good stuff. Some of these are really dumb. Okay, I'll tell you this one. And so, like ancient Chinese proverbs. Just the concept of an ancient Chinese proverb. It's some profound wisdom that has survived thousands of years, because China is ancient. Yeah, it's been a long time in the works. And an ancient Chinese proverb is like this. Great artifact of the past. We don't have those in America. There's no such thing as an ancient American proverb. We have sayings, like we have an American colloquialism. And one colloquialism is, you snooze, you lose. You know what that means? It's like, if you don't get out there and do the thing, little bunny, if you snooze, then you lose. Then you're not going to win. You have to go out and try, or you're not going to win. You snooze, you lose. So, this is so dumb. In my ideas note, it says, there is an ancient American proverb that says, try again, Daddy. There is an ancient American proverb which says, the one who snoozes loses. Right? Another one is, do not weep over spilled milk. The saying is, don't cry over spilled milk, which means if you spill some milk, like, don't freak out. It's not as big a deal as it seems. We tend to freak out about things. I freak out about things, at least I used to a lot more. And I can guarantee you, little bunny, that 99% of the stuff that you freak out about is not as big a deal. Not nearly as big a deal as your brain thinks it is. Don't cry over spilled milk. Or, as in the ancient American proverb form, do not weep over spilled milk. Okay. This episode has gone downhill. Okay, great. Okay. Yeah, I might as well just coin all these things because it's golden and I kind of want to, like, get it out there in the world. You heard it here first, kind of thing. Okay. And that one's too complicated for me to put out right now. Let's see. Oh man, here's a spicy story. Oh my God, this one's, wow. Oh man, this is a juicy story. Oh, you'll love that one. You will love that one. Damn. Here's one. I mean, these are probably not that interesting for you. But I mentioned if the garden has a big budget at some point in the future. If I were like rich enough to sponsor a museum, I would found a museum of choice. Wouldn't that be really interesting? A museum of choice. I really, really like that. And then I have a little trick here. I don't want to give away this idea, but it's like a way you can make a choice and things can be different in the museum. Okay, here's something good for you. Do you ever feel worried about the future, like this generalized anxiety? That like something will go wrong, or you're gonna fail, but you don't really even know how or why. Do you ever have this feeling about the future? This angst that's just so impossible to place. You can't tell what's causing it. You can't tell how to prepare for it. You can't tell how to avoid it. And you kind of just like want to not try at all. I call this fear of the future unknown. What a great string of words, right? Fear of the future unknown. It's when you feel paralyzed of wondering whether something will go up in flames, and that becoming a reason for not doing it. It's like the fear of failure is so high that you don't do it. It's the fear of the future unknown. Yeah. So now that it's got a name, you can recognize it. And it's probably your brain just trying to protect you, really. Right? Wants you to sometimes not accomplish great things. But all great things, you got to go for it. You got to go out on a limb. You got to start. You got to ignore the fear of the future unknown. Okay. And here's an idea for a song. This is an idea for a heartfelt song in a musical called The Things We Left Unsaid. It's a song about how you could wish you could go back and tell someone how much you admire them or love them or any positive things, but for whatever reason, you no longer can go back and say those things. So, and then I have I wrote a little melody for it. So, na 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 na, or the things we left unsaid. Pretty, right? So that's like how the hook would end. So this is a solo song, and someone is a ballad and singing about someone whom was special to them, but they kept all the good things to themselves. Like they kept all the good words, the kind words of appreciation and admiration and love. And the song goes, or the things we left unsaid. Okay. Oh man. A sci-fi where instead of going through space, you're going through consciousness, and things appear differently for each person. Interesting. A lot of story ideas here. Just give me a second. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Yeah, I might make this a story in the future. Imagine this is like a Renaissance fantasy story. Okay. And you can think like Baldur's Gate if you know that, but basically you're a band of adventurers. And ordinarily in a game or a story, you, like the main character, is the leader of the gang, you know? Frodo is the main character and the leader of the Fellowship of the Rings, I think. Maybe he's just the ring bearer, I don't know, but the leader is the main character. This is one where the the main character, so you, little bunny, in this story, you're not the party leader. And you have to choose whether you usurp the party leader or not. And that's like the thing that happens at the end. Okay. Podcast quality, steep drop off, but I'm having fun going through my notes. Thanks for going through these with me. You can turn this off at any time, little bunny. You may stop listening. It's okay. Okay. Oh, here's like these are all just ideas for stories, but here's one where like you're traveling with two companions and they're twins. And you know that one is always telling the truth and the other is always lying. So actually, speaking of ancient Chinese proverbs and stuff, this might be an ancient Chinese proverb. There's a riddle where you go to, you're going to a fork in the road. I'll tell you the story. Yeah, this riddle. You are on a journey, little bunny, and you are walking down a path, and you come to a fork in the road when there's two men who are twins. You can imagine them, if they're Chinese. I don't know the origin of this story, but let's imagine they're bald and like are in robes, okay? Monk-like people. And you know that one of them always tells the truth and one of them always lies. And you need to know which road to go down to get to the city. And the other one will lead you into a swamp and you're going to be eaten by an alligator or something, okay? Except that I will swoop in at the last second to protect you. But you don't know that yet, okay? So you have to decide. You need directions. Then both of these bald monks know which path leads to the city. And so you can ask the monks, or one of them, you can say, hey, which way to the city? And the one who's telling you the truth will say this way. And the one who's telling you the lie will say this way. But you have no way of knowing which one. I'm doing a shitty job telling this. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yeah, okay, I'll let you like think about that. So anyway, the idea in my note is that it's like your two traveling companions are twins, and you know one always tells the truth and one always lies, but you actually don't know which one is which for like the whole story. And so that'll be like a reveal, is finding out which one it is. And also, if it's one of these stories that my platform can play, where the story can unfold in different ways, then it could actually turn out that either one could have been the case. Does that make sense? Don't worry about it. Oh my God. Oh man. A lot of story ideas. Here's a dystopian story idea where I mean it's a little bit dark. Okay. So I'm not a fan of drug use, and I hope I can inspire you to stop using if you do use drugs. But in this sci-fi concept, there's a dystopian world where there's a type of drug which gives people false memories that they're successful. Yeah. And so these people who are on these drugs are like, you imagine like finance bros, okay? They're walking around talking about these big deals that they just closed. Some of these people I've been overhearing recently here in New York, and they're just like they're like kind of humble bragging about the multi-million dollar deals they just closed and things like this. So this is a dystopian world where like all those people are operating on false memories that they've given themselves so they can feel really successful and badass. And yeah, and you as the main character of the story, you are you're like being judgmental of all these people because you're actually successful, you know? And all these people are taking drugs to try and think that they're as successful as you are. But then the question becomes whether you are actually on the drug too, whether you're actually successful, whether you are just as desperate as them to have some meaning for which they seek the drug to give to them. Cool concept, right? Okay, let's see. Here's a good one. Has anyone ever shot down an idea of yours, little bunny, because they say, but that's never been done before? Does anyone say that? It's like, no, we shouldn't do that because it's never been done before. Little bunny, every great idea had never been done before. Literally every idea, every great idea had at one point never been done before. So if someone tries to shoot down your idea because that's just never been done before, well, why is that a bad thing, little bunny, right? Okay, good. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh man, here's an interesting one. Okay, here's an idea for a story where so the villain of the story is devoutly religious in whatever this fictional religion is in the story, okay? And he's continuing the quest of his religion's prophet, okay? So this villain is continuing the quest of the prophet of his religion. And you, the main character in your group of adventurers, is actually the real prophet himself. And the prophet deeply regrets founding the religion. And so it's like a quest of you and the actual prophet trying to take down the villain who is believing himself to be on a quest from the prophet. It's a bit convoluted, but you kind of get what I'm getting at, right? That could be kind of cool. Okay. What else? A fictional world where everyone has really mild superpowers, like the ability to eat hot food and not get burned in the mouth. Okay. Do you know the game Bingo, little bunny? You get 5 in a row, it's bingo. This is an idea here. It's pronouncing it binjo. I'm gonna go play binjo. It's dumb, right? You're like, Daddy, please let me stop the episode. Oh my God. I've probably read you some of these before. Oh my God. This, oh no, I want to get into that. I should have an idea of like no, I don't even want to get into it. Okay. Oh, here's a funny one. There's only one way to do it, and no one can agree on what it is. Oh my ruining all of these. Okay. Should I delete this episode? I don't know. Okay. We've gone way downhill. I'm having fun looking at my notes. All right, little bunny. You need to get your own notes. I just have it on the default notes app on my phone. Get a note, call it the ideas note. Mine's called the ideas note. And just when a thought pops in your head, no matter how dumb you might think it is, no matter how dumb you think other people will think it is, you're going to write it down, little bunny. And the time will come when you need to when you need some ideas. And instead of trying to just like pop them out of the air all at once, which is very hard, you just go back to your repository and you grab this. Like, I got so many story ideas. I'm set. Well, next time I'm like, what story should I write? I am set, little bunny. I am set. Anytime I want to pepper in some jokes, I've got some jokes in there, And clearly, whenever I want to pepper in some wisdom for you, little bunny, some optional wisdom for you to take or ignore, which both are very, very valid, then hey, there's entire podcast episodes hiding in there, okay? So, do not weep over spilled milk, little bunny. Maybe that'll be an episode. I'm going to get to bed. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and write you a poem. So I will talk to you soon, little bunny. Good night. Good morning, little bunny. I slept very well. Thank you for asking. I've got you a little poem that I'm sending you on your way. I'm sending me on my way. And we'll go together always. Your poem, written just for you, goes like this. Up, 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 little bunny. Go play, go dance, go talk. Go find an event. Go be around people. And just start by going for a walk. In fact, I like and start by just going for a walk. So we're going to redo it, okay? Redo. Up, 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 little bunny. Go play, go dance, go talk. Go find an event. Go be around people. And start by just going for a walk. Sound good? Deal, little bunny? I'm going to go for a walk soon, too, while I listen back to the episode. I love you very, very much. Take care. With you always. I love you. I love you. I love you.